Hello and welcome to this Group C match between Ahal FC and Gharafa SC from the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. It's the final group match, and this one has the angle of freedom football for you. These two sides meet for the second time in the group. It's academic in terms of table positions, but what that does guarantee us is two sides that will play for pride, as Gharafa and Ahal can no longer qualify, so they can play with the freedom. A few youngsters being bloody as well. We'll talk about that very shortly. A magnificent setting here in the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. 30 degrees, a little bit of breeze. Players won't see too much of that. It's quite humid down there, 68%. So the players will be feeling it. But there's 90 minutes of football. And Roshan Muhadov of Turkmenistani side, seen his side come into this tournament for the first time, made their debuts. Yes, they may have come up a little short, but the learning experience will be absolutely massive for them. And those sides in the tunnel, Hani there, alongside a tall figure. A few changes. Just waiting for their final instructions inside the tunnel. Spacious tunnel. Seen no doubt of many heated arguments on and off the pitch at half-time and full-time. But it has been a tough group, you'd have to say, for Ahal. They started off with a 1-1 draw against Shabab, but then after that it became just a little too much for them. Losses against Gharafa by 2-0, Fulat by 1-0 twice, and Shabab by 2-1 shows that they're in the hunt, but not quite at the level that was required to progress out of Group C. Whilst Gharafa will look back at that 8-2 defeat by Shabab and possibly think what happened. They still had a little squeak going into their last game against Fulat, Khuzestan. But even with 12 minutes added on at the end, which paid dues to two players of theirs, getting red cards, they couldn't find an equaliser to keep their hopes alive. Ali Al-Mahdi and Gabriel Piles, the men that got the red cards. And today, Stramakioni will hopefully be looking for a little bit more. He's made a few changes ahead of tonight's match as well. We'll go through the team news for you in just a moment. But it is one of those games now where if you lose, it's academic. If you draw, it's academic. And if you win, it's all about restoring pride. So really, both sides should go out there and, in a way, throw a little bit of caution to the wind and go and have a real good, open game of football. The damage has been done for these two sides in the prior 5 legs in Group C. So relaxation for the fans, smiles all around, but it's all about playing football. And some people today will be seeing Champions League football for the first time, and they will be thinking, I don't care, I'm going to give it my all and my everything. Well, Ahal, I should say, excuse me, wrong one there. Ahal sits second in the Yokari Liga, 5 points off the top spot, whilst in the Stars League in Qatar, Gharafa down in 5th place, not a million miles off top spot, but with a bit of work to do in their league. First game between these two in the group saw Gharafa win by 2-0. It was certainly not all one way, that's for sure, in that game. Goals coming from Czech Diabate on 60 minutes. And a second goal just about 3 minutes before the end of time. Ahmad Al-Edin, who basically got the second. Not involved today. Very short bench today for Gharafa. Just 4 on the bench today, and 2 of those are goalkeepers. So everybody that's chosen to play outfield, they've just got Jassim Al-Zara on the bench and Nasser El-Zanazi, and they're the 2 players that could be changed. Well, out comes the flag of the AFC, presented with the stirring music as the 2 sides make their way out onto the field of play. Quite a moment. There is now a game of football to be won. Very interesting to have been a fly on the wall for the 2 coaches, Muhadav Roshen and Andrea Stramacchioni. Would have been different for them. Procedures now going through. Touching of the gloves. And the captain of the side from Gharafa is 36-year-old Kazem Burham, the goalkeeper. Getting a taste of AFC action this season. Well, here we are. Let's have a little look. Chaloriev ever present, and a back 4 that's slightly changed. Mamedov, Geldiev, Bashimov and Sunov, and they're not going to be playing as per graphic, but I think Amanov and Turkishov will push up alongside Dinayev at the top of the park. That will be almost a 4-3-3, maybe a 4-5-1 when they haven't got the football. Here's our officials today. Ali Reda from Lebanon, assisted by Haida Ubari and Amir Al-Windawi of Iraq. The 4th official today is Ali Sabah Al-Qaisi from Iraq as well. And now we get ready. Final moments before we get our foot on the ball and we start to play our football. Gharafa, as I say, just 6 remain from the last game. Mehdi Tarat, Saeed Al-Haj, Saeed Ezzatullahi, Andris Sitaputra, Sofian Hani and Moyed Hassan, but the rest of them are all pretty new. And the 2 central players at the back there, Kadira Mustafa, just 20 years of age, and Hassan Saifuddin, just 19 years of age. Just confirmation of just 4 subs for Gharafa. No nerves, no tension, just play football to win. Geldiev, Abdi, Bashimov. So the guy, Geldiev, last time I saw him play, played in the back line, but it's moved back into like a defensive midfield role today, alongside Rezul Kuhayev. Moment of publicity, the countdown, and off we go. Ahal would dearly love to end their campaign with a win. As I say, debutants in AFC Champions League football. Chaloriev just exchanging passes with Geldiev. Chalriev looks long. Spin away going forward. Pressure on the ball. Chance here straight away. As I said, playing through the centre. Salazar took a shot, just being beaten to the ball there. Sloppy and Hani, just the man that pulls the strings, sometimes plays in the 10 role. This side rather easily off the chest of Hazeldine. Geldev sends it back. Just let this run into his penalty area. Chased there now by Moed Hassan. Tempo could be a little bit reduced due to the weather we have today. That's who settles first, you feel now. That's a Talahi, just gets it, turns it round the corner, far side. A loose touch. Ahal come forward, near side. Run is on for Amanov. He'll get there first. Support getting into the penalty area. It's going to be taken on the edge of the box, but real chance here now for Mamediev to go forward. Did that take a deflection? I think the answer is yes. First corner of the match inside 3 minutes. It's going to be Amanov to go over and take it. "36 years of age. Well, Kazem Burhan. Delivery is all important. What a cavalry charge in the end. Saeed Al-Haj gets a header away. Bashimov, that's not a bad looking header out. Amanov. Support, but it can be forced backwards. Abdi Bashimov steals in, doesn't want to lose it there. It'll be a long way to position, and indeed he is now, and now the break is on. Moed Hassan hasn't got a lot of options. One he has is Sofian Hani. Near side, Al-Ghani almost took over. He's got Al-Ghani outside of him, now uses him. Lovely skill, Al-Ghani making his own luck there. The pullback wasn't perhaps as was wanted. Well, it's lively to start with, that's for sure. Koyev. Sit back, little slip on the turf. Never the nicest things in the world to do. Sluyunov at the Bashimov. Bashimov looking for the run through the centre. Good challenge coming in there by the centre half. Mehdi Thirat, he'll have to go back again. As a Talahi got there, and in the end it broke through, but Burhan was the first man on the premises. Very quickly off his line. Excellent challenge there by Thirat. As a Talahi. Chance here for the first shot, driven in this time by Turkish shot. Just kept in play as well. Saifuddin have to do well here. Hani beaten in the air. Stramakioni been quite disturbed with the way he's Side were taken to task by Shabab Ali. 8 goals to 2. I was lucky enough to commentate on that game, and everything Shabab hit, including a fine strike by Sankour, just rocketed into the back of the net. Good carry here. Chance on this near side. Mohamed Hassano. It's judged offside by the man with the flag on the far side. Quite clearly the correct decision. As the Talai gets the header away. Burhan wants an option. The only option he's got on his near side is Hassan Saifuddin. Tries to break out. Turkishov gets a little bit of a battering for his troubles and ends up on the floor. Hashimov back to Stoyanov and square to Geldiev, and Ibrahim Mamedov is a target which he's reached easy. Sergei Geldiev, Mamedov, good break. Turkishov has got in behind his man. He's got to have help here. Can he get it across the face of goal? He's asked for a penalty. He's got a penalty. Ahal get a penalty on 7 minutes. Great work by Turkishov. And the man that slid in and has his hand in the wrong place by the seams of it looks to be Saeed Al-Haj. Difficult to see from this distance on the far side. They're questioning whether the defender could actually do anything about it. We'll get another look at it. Lovely spin away. Drives it in, yeah, the arm's away from the body. And it is Saeed Al-Haj that gives the penalty away. And Qasim Burhan has faced many penalties in his 36 years. But he's up against it this time. Into the back of the net. Amanov with the goal. Send the keeper the wrong way. And Ahal get the opener against Gharafa. No emotion whatsoever. Turkishov with that spin away from his man. There's a Talahi. And the penalty, little stutter. But in the end, Amanov slipped it into the bottom corner. It's Qasim Burhan elected to go to his left. And Ahal take the lead. Possibly the perfect for the neutral to get. It's Gharafa, who are guaranteed third position in the table, irrespective of today's result. They're going to have to come from behind. Turkishov, the man that made the difference with that spin away from Ezra Talahi. There's the table up to date at Hull with a victory, as it should it stay the same for another 80 minutes plus. We've moved on to 4 points, but I think mainly it will be more about getting their first victory in the AFC Champions League for Ahal, Turkmenistan side. And when you look at their results, it's always been the odd goal. Just the odd goal that has defeated them. Tarat, Al-Haj, Ezra Talahi, dropping now into the middle of the back three. Very Tarat. Hassan Saifuddin leaves it to Moed Hassan. Very congested in front of him. All the white shirts. There's a Talahi. Normally in the middle of the park for his national side with Nuralahi. At the moment, tempo from Al Gharafa is a little bit slow, and that's allowing Ahal to get back behind the ball when needed to. As a Talahi, maybe his passing here, goes for a diagonal, looking for Moed Hassan, who gets in behind. First touch is a little bit heavy again. Rasul Sharia played every single game for Ahal. A blow for two of the players in the world of Al Gharafa. Stoyanov with the thump away. Sergei Geldir does his best to clear, but it's put out a play off the legs of Siaputra. Ahal are enjoying themselves at the moment. They're starting to try doing it. Nazarov tried to slip it through. Al-Haj dispossessed there. Turkishov. Siaputra dispossessed. Nazarov that was, with a crossfield to Amanov. Very tidy at Hull. And I will look back at the games against, well, twice against Fulad, Khuzestan and Shabab, where they lost 2-1 and 1-0 respectively. Good throw in, real chance here. Excellent recovery though. There's a Talahi getting back. Siaputra, Tarat, Saifuddin. Hani, can he pick the pass? Gone early. It's this time for the run from midfield. And in the end, a little bit of a lively challenge. Moed Hassan on Abdi Bashimov. Alive there, the man that got into the box, but he was tracked in the end by Talahi, Said, Tarat. Al-Harak, Nasa Al-Harak wearing the 4 today. And what on the face of it looks from distance to be a small central midfield area for Al Gharafa. Geldiev to Bashimov. Geldiev will have to smite it clear and does so. Well, Kasim Burhan saw the threat of the very pacey and lively Shanazar Turkishov coming in there, and that's just given the ball back over to Ahal and given them a chance to build a game. Serdar Geldiev out on the far side, Mamedov. Back inside, chance here. Back Nazarov, it's ricocheted nicely. Well, the arms are up, but I don't think Mehdi Tarak could do much about that. It's very close. Moed Hassan picks a pass, finds a man. That's not so good, not so clever. Back Nazarov. Ramadov, back Nazarov. Amanov just to Bashimov inside again. Not the greatest in the world you've ever seen, but the foul is by Bajimov. The man that was caught. That's the shot that was rattled in by Melis Denayev, I should say. Two changes to the last match for Ahal, but possibly they haven't got the strongest depth in their squad. Lovely bit of skill. Amanov, though, will just run into Al-Haj, who comes away with it. Hani. Siaputra, that's a nice little touch outside of the boot. Not so nice, though. We had Hassan now popping up on the right. Started off on the left-hand side earlier on. Popping up on the right-hand side on the far side, so fairly fluid. Ghanei comes across this side wearing the 9, although he's playing pretty much in the centre, as you can see on your pictures. Bajimov. How controlling this game at the moment. I know they've got the goal. It's easy for me to say they control it statistically as well. Ball over the top. Turkish shot going through again. He really has been a little bit lively for Gharafa in his first 17 minutes. His run set up the goal, so to speak, with a cross that was then caught on the hands by Saeed Al-Haj for the penalty dispatched by the young man Arslan Amanov through the centre. Real brought down nicely by Muhammad Hassan, and it's the first corner here for Gharafa. Excellent covering that. Falling to the ground in doing so as well by Shuhra Soyunov. Also Galriev now got some height in front of him, hasn't he? Hassan Saifuddin is there. There's a Talahi to take it. Ready to wrap with the header, and it goes over the top. Contested with Bieldiyev. One wonders what the coaches will learn from their sides in a game like today. I think there's more to learn for Andreas Ramacchioni from his side than there is from Roshan Muhadov, who I think has enjoyed his side's sojourn in Group C. Whether they sit at the foot of the table or not, they have been very solid in every game as they made their debut in the Champions League. Saifuddin. Siaputra. Muhammad Hassan. Bajimov. Very solid. He can play right back. He can play right centre half. You just get the feeling, just looking at Abdi Bajimov, that he's one of those players that you can always rely on. You know, you get that sense that he's always going to give you 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. He's not going to give you 9, 9, 2, 3, 3, 2, 9. He's going to give you a solid performance every time. Enough. Denayev caught in possession. Hani. Nice feet, but he's wandered into a little bit of a hole there. No support for him whatsoever. Bajimov dispossessed him. And Melis Denayev is pulled back. And Abdullah Salam Alarak was the man that didn't get a card for his errant tug. Again clipped over the top. Ezzazlahi misses it. That's good positioning there from Kazim Burhan. Just for a moment there. It looks as though there's well, certainly consternation in the commentary box. I felt that was going to be a little bit of a moment. The opposite end of the scales in the learning process for these two coaches today, although Andrea Stramacchioni has learned a lot about his players. Turkmenistan side with their first venture, as I say, into the AFC Champions League will have learned a lot. Everything is new to them. If they were to win, this would be their first victory in the Champions League. They've had a draw, they've had a few narrow defeats, they've not disgraced themselves in any way, shape or form. Turkish shot tries to go forward, but the flag is up. And a little bit of patella to patella action there, and if you've ever done that on yourself, you know how painful that can be. Turkish shot. Well, Kadir Mustafa felt that. Talahi will look to forward, but as everybody converges on, not a lot of space, and in the end he's picked out in a Hull shirt very easily. Mehdi Tarak cut that ball out that was aimed for Amanov, penalty scorer. Hani lays it back. Moed Hassan, good skill to get past Bashimov, finds Sofian Hani, little clip ball in, real chance here, couldn't be controlled though. Break through the centre. Ahmed Al-Ghaini just slipping in but couldn't control it. Hashimov. Well, if that was meant, that was superb. Nazarov was caught there by Siaputra. And it's there. It's Kahayev has been upended. Enough. Galdiev, Mamadov. A little bit loose, but they've managed to keep control of the football. Ahal. Amanov, that's a cute ball. Break on here. I think Nazarov got enough on it. Still in play. Well, he's got the offside flag ultimately, but passage of play there, which I think was evidence of which side are having the greater time at there, on which side just maybe not going through the motions. It's a little harsh to say that with just 25 minutes gone. Hull 1, Gharafa 0. With the application in the corner flag area by Ahal. It's one of a side that want to go out this stadium today with their tails wagging freely, with 3 points in their first ever victory in the AFC Champions League. Bashimov managed to head it to Moed Hassan, and he's trying to get back. do realise now, for anybody who is inextricably linked with Abdullah, I've possibly given the commentator's curse for the rest of this game. So I do apologise. Denied in the wall. Hassan, that's a chance at goal. But Arslanmurat never really perturbed by it. Bit of space here. Chance for the drive forward. Deniz Minayev, Turkish shot, opens his body up, but opens the goal up too much. Off the point of the toe more there, you just see wants to get it off the instep a little bit more and run it across it. Caught it down towards the point of the toe, which meant it skewed away horribly. Zarov, Stoyanov. It is a warm night here. This is good pace by Minayev, but he's just caught himself out. But he's done well in the end to Saifuldin to put it out of play. Minayev for a few paces there. Looked like he'd just finished the 100-metre sprint. He was down, thrusting his chest out, but I think it was over-compensatory in the balance place. Chance on the edge of the box again. Kohayev, Mamadov, bit of space here. Can they make it two? It's a deep one. Turkish shot heads it back across. Kasim Burhan gets it at the second attempt. Again, a very loose football played. Siaputra trying to get Elgani through the setup. Amanov down the channel. They are full of running here. Well, I think that could be a corner. Just getting a replay. Turkish putting the header down. Very deep cross, but found its man. Kohayev wanted it taken back to him. Well, we're at the drinks break because it is very, very warm here. Agreed beforehand that there would be a drinks break. I don't have any issue with the drinks break, but I think they should go to the opposite sides from the technical area, because instructions will be given out, which is maybe not strictly in the rules of association football or FIFA world rules. A mini 2 minutes, you drop here, you go there, get your instructions out. Once upon a time you could never coach from the touchlines, but that has all changed now anyway. Amanov stroked the penalty away. Little dragged foot in there. Seeing Burham committed to his left. And in fairness, when you look at it, Arslan Amanov gave him the eyes as well. Rings taken. Kasim Burhan rolls it out to Mehdi Tarat. There's a Talahi. Saifuddin back to Tarat. To Al-Harak, back to Ezzatalahi. Hani coming very deep. Al-Haj. Ezzatalahi gives the ball away, and that will not please anybody. And that was just as bad. She's giving it straight back to Ezzatalahi. Al-Harak. Siaputra. Al-Haj. Gharafa really not warm into the task as of yet, but there is plenty of time to go. Ahal seem to have a little bit more spring in their step. Your commentator here. Well, there's nice passes to play here. Siaputra. Al-Ganahi. Al-Haj forced to go back. There's a Talahi now, wanting to go left-hand side. This is good pressing here from Ahal. Just making sure there's no spaces, although Muad Hassan finds Saifuddin. You see that a real chance to get it out to Mustafa. Mamadov gets a toe in. Hani. Mustafa. Al-Haj. Maybe just a little bit of time here. Aharak. That won't please Roshan Muhadov. The ball given away. Muad Hassan. Chance to pull the trigger. Does so. Decent solid leg by Suyanov. And Saeed Al-Haj just going through the back of Shanazar. Turkish shot, just releasing a little bit of pressure. It's a little bit messy, the passage of play at the moment. Few misplaced passes and cheap possession given away in this heat. That's the last thing you want to be doing. You want to nurture that football. Al-Haj gets outside his man. Tidied up in the end. On the far side by Sergei Geldiev. There's a Talahi. Hassan. Inside Al-Harak. Saifuddin. Just gets called late by Bajimov. It is difficult to quantify just how warm it is and humid. There's no real breeze inside the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. And just to get a glance of the kit, and the players are drenched in perspiration. Shows you what sort of heat this is. There's a Talahi. Al-Harak. Hassan. Hani. Hassan trying to get in behind. Has done. Flicks it into the back of the net. It's one apiece. That's a beautiful goal by Muad Hassan. Really was nicely played. And you have to say the part Hani played was nice, but Hassan continued his run and just stroked it past the goalkeeper for a lovely equaliser. So sweet. Andreas Ramakioni will be happy. It's another assist for Hani. Lovely ball over the top. Bashimov caught the wrong side, and it was just, I think it could well have got a little flick off Atia Geldiev. We'll see now. Yeah, just a glancing shin into the bottom corner. But it was well worked. Two of the senior pros, you'd have to say, for Gharafa combining. And Mohad Hassan gets his first goal in the Champions League group. Amanov will get another chance to feed it through. Great footwork from the big centre-half. Mehdi Tharat gets it away. Algheni can't keep it under control, but finds his man on the far side. This time it's going to be Mustafa. Good work by Serdar Geldia. Bit of a late challenge, chance for Dinayev, who fires it in. Kohayev wanted to foul. Referee quite rightly played advantage. I think if there would have been another pass after that, then I think the free kick would have been given away of Ahal, but the shot sat nicely, the set fell nicely to Melis Dinayev. He thumped it somewhat high and over the bar. Was level. Amanov's penalty after 9 minutes put Ahal in front. Gharafa with a well-worked goal from Hani and Mohad Hassan, who actually finished it. Bring it level just moments ago. The heat is intense here for these players to play in. Jeddah, it is warm. It is for some of these people that coming up in November, the World Cup in Qatar, will be played under similar conditions. Bashimov to deliver, decent ball in. Al-Haj with the header away. Good work by Geldiev. Chance for Beknazarov, it's 2-1, what a finish! What a superb finish that is! Really top quality. Mirza Beknazarov curls it into the top corner. Lovely, lovely strike. Got to just give a big assist there. Beknazarov fires it in on 38. Serdar got it down. Look at that, made his own space, and what a finish. And the 36-year-old cousin, Burhan, had to go full extent, but couldn't keep the ball out of the top corner. Lovely finish. Keeper got a big hand on it, but couldn't keep it out. He knew. Mirza Beknazarov knew as soon as that left his foot that that was going to be a little bit awkward for the keeper. He followed it all the way in with his eyes, and the table changes yet again. Well, I said this was a game where they both could try and win it. I didn't quite think there'd be as many, or as retention of the ball would be as bad as it is, but we have a game on our hands. Hassan, Algheni, Hani, overlap, decides to come back in. Now he finds his man. Mustafa, headed away by Bashimov. Hassan, Saifuldin. Look at the goal scorer Hassan. Stands it up. Headed up in the air, in the end by Serdar Geldia. Mustafa tries to get it in there, and in the end Mamedov just thumps it away on the far side. Mr. Basimov finds himself on his derriere. Took a little bit of a blow. Trying to look at his ankle. Kitmen, they must dislike players cutting the feet out of their socks. I don't know why they just don't design socks without feet in anymore. What would they be? The socks are what you put your feet in. If they're cut off, are they Locks? Legs? I don't know. Anyway, back we go. I suppose they could be those things that were worn in the 80s. Leg warmer type things, really, didn't they? Yeah. Different kettle of fish altogether. Moyad Hassan fires a shot in. Ricochet falls nicely for Al-Harak. Saifuddin, bit of space here. Tarat to Al-Harak. There comes Shariev. Which is safely. I did say beforehand this was going to be a game that could just be a game of football played. I won't say quite pre-season friendliest because there won't be so many changes, but there's a degree of we can relax on the football. We're not going to be hemmed in by pressure or tightness of the shoulders because we must get this or we must get that. There can be a degree of freedom football. Serdar Galdiev. Suyunov, Mamadov with a bit of space. You can see with his shirt, perspiration. Good run here. Kohayev. Galdiev. Beknazarov. Bajumov. Nice little dart and run again by Kohayev. Mamadov won't be pleased with that ball at all. And this little Kohayev will just avert his gaze, I should imagine. Saidez was Talahi. Hani trying to get away. He's done really well. He's taken 3 out of the game, but again, he's got very little by the side of him. Pulls the trigger. And in the end, slices wildly with his left foot. Well, the side worked hard to get back into the game. They crafted a lovely goal between Hane and Moyad Hassan. He got the ball across the face of goal and into the back of the net to level things up. But just 3 minutes later, that man in your picture there, Beknazarov, curved one into the top corner to put Ahal back in front. Galdiev, Beknazarov, Mamadov, bit of space and time here. Mustafa will try and greet him. Well, the flick was a reasonable flick by Kohayev, and now Saifuddin will get onto the loose ball near side. Again, doesn't attack the space, checks out halfway. Tarat Ezzatolahi. Al-Harak, Saifuddin. Al-Harak back to Ezzatolahi. Safe football here for Ahal to face. He's played around in front of them. Tarat. Well, Al-Ghanai, one of the attacking midfielders, coming very deep to get involved in the game. Al-Harak. Moyad Hassan. Well, the foul has been given, ultimately. Suyunov was a man that came in from the side. And didn't quite get any of the football. Ball goes out on the far side. Well, we're into 2 minutes added on at the end of the first 45. Mamadov thought he'd taken it off the legs of Mustafa. Hani. Hassan. And that's in this heat, you want to retain possession a little bit better. We had Hassan score the goal, just tried to clip it back down the line, but put it at a plate. But it's very, very warm this evening here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Situated on the Red Sea coastal plain, but it's still warm. There's no sea breeze tonight, that's for sure. Ezzatolahi into the feet, back to goal of Al Ghanai, back to Ezzatolahi. Al-Iraq. Ghanai trying to pick a pass to Hani, but that's easily picked up by Sergei Geldia. Kahayev wanted something to his right, didn't have anything to his right, now slips it through. Denayev, will the cross come in from Bazimov? First time ball it is as well. Kahayev gets up. Kasim Burhan challenged by Sergei Geldia. And the referee says that is enough. Well, a very intriguing first half. Ahal looking for their first ever AFC Champions League victory, took the lead with a penalty from Amanov before it was equalised after a good team goal from Gharafa between Hani and Moad Hassan, who turned it in before Beknazarov curled it into the top corner just moments later, 3 minutes later. Interesting, another 45 to go. Here it is, Ahal 2, Gharafa 1. Hello and welcome back to this second half of this Group C game between Ahal and Gharafa. At the break, Ahal stand on the edge of their first AFC Champions League victory. They lead by 2-1. They, I would say, have been the better side in the first period of this match. But knocked the ball around well. There's been a lot of loose possession. That man in your picture, Nazarov, with a fine goal to put them back in front. All started on 7 minutes when Shanazar Turkishov broke into the penalty area, crossed the ball back, and the hand of Al-Haj was in the way. Penalty was given, and it was Arslanmurat Amanov that took the penalty away past 36-year-old Kazim Burhan for 1-0. The game went into a little bit of a stalemate. It's very, very warm here inside the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium, and in Jeddah players took some water on, but on 35 minutes it was a wonderful bit of combination work by Sofian Hani and Moyad Hassan, which got Hassan into the box before playing it across the face of goal. Shariev beaten, just caught the shins of Atagaldia and went into the back of the net for 1-1. But having done that, then Sergei Geldiev won the ball back just outside the penalty area on 38 minutes of Al-Gharafa. And what a fine strike it was, ultimately, by Mirza Beknazarov as he curled it into the top corner. Kasim there could only help it into the net to put Ahal back in front. It won't affect the top of the table, this result, but it will mean a lot to the Turkmenistan side. Well, plenty of time to go, 45 minutes, and anything can happen. But as games go, these two sides can just go at it. It's not all about getting to the second position or the top position, etc, etc, etc. This is just about a game of football, match practice against a side and going toe-to-toe. Referee today, in your picture, is Ali Reda from Lebanon. He's assisted by two Iraqis in Haida Abdul Hassan Al-Ubaidi and Amir Dawood Al-Windawi. Fourth official is Ali Saba Al-Kaisi from Iraq as well. And we are underway. I'll give you the teams. No changes at the break. So it is Meritarat, Saeed Al-Haj and Ezzat Alahi, the three at the back. Two wing-backs being Khadira Mustafa and Hassan Saifuddin. And two holding midfielders in Andrei Siaputra and Nasser Al-Harak. And then Sofian Hani is just in behind Muad Hassan and Ahmad Al-Ganahi. And for Ahal, the all-white strip, it is Razid Chelria in goal. A back four of Shohrat Sunyunov, Abdi Bazimov, Atageldiev and Ibrahim Mamedov. Three across the middle of the park. They are very fluid. Rezul Kahayev, Mirza Beknazarov and Sergei Geldiev, with Melis Denayev just in behind the two front men, who are Shanazar Turkishov and Arslan Amanov. Amanov gives away a free kick and gets himself a yellow card in the process too. Yep, a little bit agricultural, push, tug, kick, tap. It's all there in the one movement. Kazim Burhan. Easy header away this time by Geldia, but Mustafa near side. Again, he is in behind his man here. Just a cross into the box, but in the end, meeting him, Shohrat Sunyunov just took the sting off the cross. Kahayev Back Nazarov. It's been hotter for some of these group games, but there's been a bit more breeze. This Rafa Stadium will hold it in a little bit like an oven as it goes over the top, looking for the run through, but easy for Kasim Burhan to come and take it. There's the Talahi. Al-Harak. Oh, what a poor ball that is by Al-Haj. Real chance here. Arslanmurat Amanov being forced wide by Mehdi to that. Lovely pick out, lovely spot. Denayev with a shot. Anze save from Ezra Talahi. Nothing happening. Mamedov. Well, it's a little bit ragged, you'd have to say, by Gharafa, and they've lost out again on the edge of their own box. Turkish shot going in, and this time Saeed Al-Haj goes down in a heap. Turkish shot still asking about the penalty. Well, in fairness, it's only trapping a little weight, and it takes a deflection as well, so comes off of Al-Haj, goes up into Ezra Talahi's hands within body frame. Good decision by our referee, Ali Reda of Lebanon. Gharafa look back to the moment their world, or their Champions League will collapse somewhat with the 8-2 defeat against Shabab Ali. Everything sort of unravelled from that moment on for them, including quite a feisty end to their defeat in their last game against Kurdistan. Putra. Soinov got in there well. Bazimov with the head up. Al-Haj stumped it a long way. Bazimov with the head up. A little bit ragged. There's a body language showing, you know, there has been an intense April for these Champions League group matches. Often played away from home and in the heat. And it is, and there's something to play for. Sometimes the aches and pains can be ran through or driven on past. Sometimes you may just think, what am I doing? And there seems to be that body language occasionally from some of the players out there, certainly on the Al-Gharafa side. And it's not a criticism, it's more just an observation. Denayev allowed to run forward in the end. Well, he's gone down a little bit delayed there, Al-Harak. And then Ezra Talahi is thumped to the floor by Melis Denayev. Mehdi Tarat got up quite well. Push, then the satellite delay on the picture, then the fall over. Do you remember the days of satellite delays? That'll still be commentating on the first half. Those of you that are young enough will not understand that at all, and those of you of a certain age will understand exactly what I mean. Oh, what a loose ball that is. Al-Ghanaihi. Mouyed Hassan trying to get inside his man. He's got the ball. Can he finish? He squares it when he could have possibly used his left foot. Kuhayev. Mamedov gets it. Well, did that roll, glance, look and thumbs up actually say it all? Nazarov down, one wrong. But this is the one, look. Got his man away. And in the end, elected to go across the face of goal instead of having a dart with his left foot there, Muayyad Hassan. And the ball was given away. Ezzat-Allahi. Al-Harak back to Ezzat-Allahi. Mustafa. Al-Haj, strong first touch. Here's a chance now going the other way. Well, again, a lack of composure on the ball from both sides. Mamedov, Kahayev. Nazarov, Kahayev got a lot to add to his right-hand side. Disguises it quite nicely in the end. Lazimov. Strong work there by Talat. Well, Kahayev gets the yellow card. I was always told retaliation was worse there. And Al-Harak. I don't know if this is worthy of it. Look, you watch this. This is a real swing. Al-Harak. Maybe lucky. Hani. The ball given away a little early, a little easy. Kahayev lays it off. Mamedov. Kahayev. Abdi Bazimov. Ata Geldiev. In the end, Suyanov gets it out to Mamedov. Shanazad take a shot. Ahal looking for their first victory in this year's competition and making their debut in the Champions League this year. So they'll be hoping that they can keep ahead and a hold of this slender lead. Al-Haj is caught in possession in two minds, berates himself somewhat as well. Grenade. Hani. Putra won't get that. The lack of composure on the football and the giving up of cheap possession is making it an interesting spectacle, because at the moment you cannot call who's going to make one mistake too many. Mamedov with a bit of space to move in. Ibrahim Mamedov takes on Putra. Maybe a little ambitious, and ultimately the shot was topped and put away. What I mean there is he snatched it, hit the top of the ball, and it just rolled lazily away. Tarat carries it out. Ezzat-Allahi. Mustafa. He's worked incredibly hard on this near side, hasn't he? Shanazad Turkishov. Interesting to see both sides came out with new shirts on. Inspiration, key word. They'll be having a drinks break, you feel soon. That goes back to Kasim Burhan. Talahi. Al-Harak. Mustafa. Well observed by Serdar Geldiyev. Goes on the overlap near side. First time ball in. That's not a bad ball in at all. Well, that was a really presentable charge for Denayev. And he knows it. And he watched it all the way onto his right foot. He didn't snatch it in either. He went for placement off the instep of his right foot. What a lovely ball this is. Took Eza Talahi straight out. And ultimately, just a little too high. What a goal that would have been. No words needed for that picture. So I've got a good header away. Siaputra Chachul being fouled in the middle of the park. Denayev. A little bit of spark about young Sergei. I shouldn't say Sergei. Melis Denayev. Eza Talahi is looking for an option to pass the ball forward. Finally gets an option here from Karim Mustafa. Ibrahim Mamadov gets his body in the way. Nazarov picks a nice pass out. Denayev far side. Arslan Amanov now. Got two in the centre. Trust the old left foot to pop it in there though. Nazarov there, maybe a little ambitious with the long shot. Bashimov dispossesses Sofian Hani far too easy. For Andrei Stanamakioni's likey, I would say. Ibrahim Mamadov allowed to run on. Kahayev. Nazarov. Bashimov. Arslan Amanov. Trying to take on Saifuddin. Nazarov with a bit of time and space. Mamadov with a bit of time and space as well. Will he pull the trigger? He does again, and again. Closer than the last one, but still not close enough to threaten the frame of the goal or even the net behind the goal. Talk about body language there, Siaputra. As though every step of the moment for some of these players, after what has been 6 games in a month of top-flight Champions League football, it's taken its toll more on Al-Gharafa than maybe Ahal. So enough with the header away. Nice bit of work. Mamadov through the hole. Kahayev. Nazarov. Bashimov always in space. Turkmenistani side with a bit between their teeth, looking for that first win. Sergei Geldiyev. Kahayev tries to get it round. Stealing from the offside side. Sergei Geldiyev loses it to Al-Haj. And now Karim Mustafa. Sofian Hani. What a beautiful bit of skill that was to take out Beknazarov. First touch was okay, second one gave too much for the ball for Bashimov to take it off his toes. Bashimov's in different territory, him for the right centre-half, stroke right back. But Ahal retained possession. Nazarov. Kahayev. Amanov. Geldiyev. All of a sudden, the passing a little bit crisper. So the tapes, as we call it in ice hockey, to the feet of the Hull players. Ball in. Al-Haj with the header away. Sergei Geldiyev. Mamadov stands it up. Kazim Burhan comes out and just gets it at the second attempt. Well, Atak Geldiev and Sofyan Hani, last tango in Jeddah, dancing away. We'll see this not a great deal in that. There's a lot in that. It's a beautiful bit of skill by Sofyan Hani. Knew the play was coming. Nazarov caught under the ball. That's Geldiev. Thou shalt not pass from the centre half. Referee making a note in his notebook that in the 64th minute he had to pull his socks up. Both left and right. He's just scribbled on the pad there. At the same time, giving Siputra a yellow card. Amanov with the penalty. We had Hassan with the finish. A little bit of shin guard of Atak Geldiev made it 1-1. But here's the pick of the bunch coming up. A sublime finish by Mirzabek Nazarov. Really beautiful, just 3 minutes in between the equaliser and the one that put Ahal back in front. Well, both of their Group C campaigns edging towards the end now. A little over 25 minutes left in the second half, plus whatever time's added for injuries. And the task is simple. Well, Hassan, lovely footwork driving through if he plays it left-hand side. Well, so Geldiev gets himself a card for a rather obvious trip. As I say, the task is pretty straightforward now. Can Gharafa find an equaliser and a winner? And can Ahal keep themselves in this position and register their first victory in the Champions League Group C? Hassan stands over the ball. You can tell by the wall it's right on the edge of the 18-yard box, so well, just in front in fairness. So 29 yards out. Hassan will have time to get this up and down. Decent distance. Hassan up and over the wall, just wide of Chadiev's right-hand post. Not a bad effort at all, just faded away in the last few yards. But again, that's up and down. Heading hands moment there for Moyad Hassan. Suyanov, Mamedov, Geldiev of the Serdar variety, back to Shohrat Suyanov, to Geldiev and to Atak Geldiev. We're at the midway point of the second half. It's still Ahal 2, Gharafa 1. And the players will be noticeably starting to tie up in this very hot and sticky evening here. Mamadov, Kahayev back to Mamadov. This is nice play. Turkish shot. Can he find a cross? That's a decent ball in. And just turned away on the far side by Saifuddin. And he needed to get there. Arslanmurat Amanov was right there. Amanov to take this corner. Not a bad ball in. Vazimov loses that in the air to Mustafa. But, oh, that could be a penalty kick. It is a penalty kick. Kahayev absolutely flattened inside the box. Let's just watch this again. Yeah, really has got the wrong side of his man then, Kadir Mustafa. And it's the second penalty of the game for Ahal. Will it be the same penalty taker? Arslanmurat Amanov was the man. I don't think there's many complaints there, no referee. Ali Reda took a long time to look at it, then made his mind up. Kioni. Must be wondering, a little bit of impetuosity there from the 20-year-old Kadir Mustafa, eager to win the ball. Ended up going straight through the back of his man. It is going to be Amanov for the second time in this game to have a go from the spot. Last time he went to Kasim's bottom right, bottom left as we face. Amanov, opposite side, same result. And it's another goal for Amanov, his second penalty. And this time the opposite corner, but the same outcome. Ahal 3, Gharafa 1. And on the balance of play, Ahal had the more to play for in this game, you always felt. And a few changes, to be perfectly honest. Andrea Stramakioni has just two outfield players you can change on the bench. So the 11 he went out there with really were the 11 that were going to have to do the work. And playing a substitute, or trying to do a tactical substitute at this present time. If there's any injuries to come, could be foolhardy, and you can understand the position he is in. But Amanov doesn't care. It's his second, and here we have some changes. Gurbani coming up. Denayev going off. And Shazna Turkishov going off. Well, Amir Gurbani coming on from Denayev. And Didat Duriev coming on to replace Shanazat Turkishov. Well, if the muscles were aching or the steps were weary, at 2-1 down, at 3-1 down, well, Gharafa may find this taking a long time to edge towards the final whistle. Gurbani's gone down in a heat. Mustafa. Right. I've watched the replay there. I think we're afforded monitors. I'm still not sure exactly what happened there. Thank goodness the referee is Johnny on the spot. Gurbani can't believe he's been penalised, but it's a free kick for Al Gharafa. So Saifuddin back to Meditarat. Big diagonal. Off with the head up. Corner, the second one of the game for Al Gharafa. Go on level pegs with corners now to Ahal. There's a Talahi to deliver. Not a bad ball in, flashes across the face of goal. Well, it was fizzed in with a bit of pace there. Siaputra. Chariev wants a little bit more from his rear guard. So we may well be having a stop for a little bit of fluid intake. That's not a happy man, Andrea Stramacchioni. The 8-2, followed by the 1-0 defeat, followed by a 3-1 reverse currently here. Has seen the back end of a promising Group C campaign somewhat fall apart, and it just seems to be a lack of belief in certain quarters, which, as I say, is fairly understandable when it comes down to not being able to qualify for the next stage. But he'll want to see a response from his side. Well, as Roshan Muhadov will be telling his players how close they are. Well, he's not saying anything in fairness, but he will have stressed to his players at the break how close they are to that opening Group C victory. Karima Mustafa with that rather errant challenge that led to the second penalty that was dispatched by Arslanmurat Amanov in cool style. Well, we're into the final 15 minutes. There's going to be a couple of 3 minutes, I should imagine, added on at the end of the game. Al Gharafa trailed by 3-1, and Ahal, debuting in the AFC Champions League from Turkmenistan this year, look to sign off their campaign. And it's not, in terms of a new campaign, they have lost 1-0, 1-0, 2-1 and drew 1-1, so they know exactly that they are competitive and can only grow in stature, and if they can put 3 points and a W against their names in the group, they will be absolutely as pleased as punch. Lovely footwork there by Meditarat. Good bit of work, picks out Alghani, Sofian Hani. Tries to go between two, but ultimately it's laid back for Chariev to put a long way away. Oh, Haj again with a loose touch. Gurbani back, got to hold his line here. Arslanmurat Amanov, now Gurbani, bit of space near side. Can he bring it down? He can. It's a nice touch. Just shows a little too much and a little bit overzealous in trying to retain possession. There's a Talahi, got a cross. What a fine first touch. Just run away from him. Just a little look at that dash by Meditarat just moments ago. turn. I was going to say that could have been the Joe Cole turn from back in the day, but I'm sure other countries have other players that first brought it to prominence. Where'd Hassan dumped on his backside by Goldia. There's a Talahi, sweeps it out. Saifulddin really got it under control, and in the end has lost it. Thrown down the line. Amanov now tracked out by Mehdi Tarat. Slips, handles it, gets up, then the whistle goes. Tarat finds Halak. There's a Talahi, but again, Ahal will be happy that the ball is being played in front of them and inside their opponent's half. Well, Mehdi Tarat's managed to skip past a couple of challenges. Al-Haj takes out the pass this time to see it swept out far side by Al-Haraq. Saifulddin gives the ball away, and Amanov in space again. He'll need support though. Well, he slips away from Mehdi Tarat really well. Can he get it into the box? He's into the box, right for shot. He's got his hat-trick, and that's a great goal by Arslan Amanov. Gets his hat-trick on 80 minutes. All his own work. Cutting in from that far side as soon as he skipped away from Mehdi Tarat. He knew his only route was to goal. Lovely bit of skill here. Just dragged the centre-half in, and that moment he was in front of his man once he was in the box. Finished it beautifully. Anthony Siaputra couldn't do anything from this moment. It was going to be a penalty, nevertheless, if he clipped him. But that is a lovely finish with his left foot by Arslan Amanov. Ahal 4-1 up now. And what a night for him. Jassim El-Zara comes on for Mustafa. You just get the feeling that the conclusion of Group C cannot come quick enough now for Al Gharafa. Their last 3 games, they've lost 8-2, 1-0, and they're 4-1 down against Ahal. Many could just look and say, well, it means nothing, this game. And indeed, in the context of things, it doesn't mean anything to Al Gharafa. Their chase for the top 2 places had disappeared long before this game had started. But there is a degree of pride. Nobody wants to say, I'm going to roll over and tickle my tummy, but it's been a little bit half-hearted at times. Now there seems to be a bit of purpose, though. Where'd Hassan, though? Al-Haraq. Kahayev was the man with the overzealous challenge. Siaputra goes down. Oh, no, a Hull player has gone down. Off the ball. Just saw it out the corner of my eye. Oh, yeah, that up from Lebanon is trying to get the player to stand to his feet. There's a... little glimpse of this. And there's the goal from Amanov. See, Putra couldn't do anything at that point. What a nice finish that is, though. As soon as Meditarat was undone, or should I say Ezatalahi, all too easy for Arslan Amanov to get his hat-trick. Actually, the goal scorer that's down. Saeed Al-Haj and Arslan Amanov are the players that the referee's telling, I want to see no more, it's finished. Time edging away. And you picture that, Ali Herrera. A very, very good game tonight. Putra and Tarat. Goes back to Ezatalahi. Aharak. Mohamed Hassan. And he chips it back out to Saeed Al-Haj. Jassi. Al-Zara. The referee isn't allowing Arslan Amanov to get back onto the field of play. You can hear them screaming on the touchline. It is tough to raise your game when there's not a lot on a game. There should still be a degree of pride in there. There's Talahi this time. He's in for the challenge on IF, but at 4-1. You can see that as we approach the end of the 85th minute, with 300 seconds to go, that it is a case of counting down from 300 for both of these sides. Ahal very happy to be in the position they are, and Gharafa just want to wrap it up. Hani gets onto a loose ball, trying to turn away from Bazimov. And he's got himself half a yard. He's done really, really well, Sofyan Hani. Saeed Al-Haj. Jassim Al-Zara. Trying to do his best. And that ultimately was the... I was not too impressed with that decision. Going to be a couple more changes here. Meredov, Dayanch Meredov coming on for Arslan Amanov, the hat-trick man. That's the first change, and Resul Kahayev has also been replaced. By the player. Wearing 98. Mohamedov comes on. That on Nazarov. space there. Well, Mohamedov, cross goes in. There's a bit of action for Meredov, he'll get the corner. Al-Haj just getting back there for Daesh. Meredov could get the cross in. I think Nazarov will come and take it. Well, somehow Kazim Burhan has got it over the top of the crossbar when he really was in no position to do so. It's a lovely corner in. And in the end, well, he'll wonder how that's not gone in fairness. Dida Durdiev, the man that got the header onto it. Another free header again. And the 36-year-old keeper, Kazim Burhan, is still wondering why they're still getting space. Well, the final change is now being made. And Al-Kahani is going to bank his way to a left. Nasser Al-Nazi, I should say. Skamakoni with the tap of the hands. 10 seconds and plus whatever time the referee adds on. Four minutes to be added on, a minimum of. There's the Talahi. There's Talahi again. Movement's a little bit shallow at the moment. Sofian Hani coming ever deeper to receive the ball. Al-Haj. Buys well down this near side, in the end looks to try and drill it between two players. Serdar Galdiev puts it away. Well, it's all power to the elbows of the Turkmenistan side, Ahal. They knew what they wanted to achieve in this game, and they set about it, and they have done it. Still 3 minutes to go, I know. But all victory, Gurbani can't keep that ball in. And Andreas Stramaki on his side have had a poor end to the game. Over the top, Hani tries to get in behind Serdar Galdiev. They're claiming handball. Sofian Hani looks as though he is going to have a penalty to take. Scored in the last game. Yeah, just catches the arm there of Serdar. It's outside the penalty area as well. Sofian Hani comes off the arm there of Serdar Galdiev. No VAR in this game. We saw on the replay that that appeared to be outside the penalty area. We're into the 93rd minute. Hani has scored a penalty against Shabab Al-Ali. That's the chance from the spot to make it 4-2. Rasu Shaliev the man tasked to try and stop Sofyan Hani. Well, yellow cards now for Saifuldin and Bajimov. Referee Nasek is up anyway. Sofyan Hani against Razul Chariev. It's 4-2. Hani dispatches a penalty. A little bit of consolation, do you believe? Actually outside the penalty area when the arm's thrust out. With no VAR. Alirada's got to make the most of it. It was close enough for him to be a little bit mistaken, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Just time for Kovov to come on, and he will replace Mirza Baghnazarov, who scored that wonderful second goal for Ahal. Time just ekes away as we go through the final paces of the final games of Group C. Soyunov puts it up. It's half-time. This full-time, I should say. Apologies. Enjoying it too much. Ali Reda calls time on a victory for Ahal in their final Group C game, their first as they make their debut in the AFC Champions League. A hat-trick from Arslan Amanov, 2 from the spot, and a wonderful one where he cut in from the right flank and fired it low. Has given that man in your picture, Rosem Muhadal's side, a victory. Never really out of contention in any of their games in the group. They get their just desserts because they had one word, desire, to finish their group off in style, and they did so. Deflated maybe with that last-minute penalty that was conceded and Hani dispatched. The other goal being easy for Moyad in the first half. But it finished here, a first victory in the AFC Champions League in the bottom of Group C. Ahal 4. Gharafa 2.
Thank you.